time zone. But nobody really, Okay, anybody coming into view? It's my last night in camp.
Oh, no.
Are you going to miss me?
Mm-hmm. I'll miss your scotch.
With every shot so far.
Yep.
Going to miss my scotch. Then why'd you bring your own?
Well, got a drink to the dearly departed.
Right on, Ian. So anybody that comes in, Mash and Drum, how you doing there, buddy?
Hey, Mash.
Enjoyed your show with, what was that guy's name again? Scott from My Bourbon Journey. It's my last night in camp, and Ian and I are going to finish off some beer. I always pour my beer into a glass, and all I got are these styrofoam-ish glasses. This is usually Loch Ness or Scotch Test Dummy. So many names. I feel like my mommy when she used to yell at us. She'd call me by my brother's name. Anyway, the telex will be on soon, but it's my last night here, and we thought we'd do something. Well, buddy, I appreciate you joining my show, and I like watching it too. I couldn't watch all of it. I kept coming in and out because I was traveling from work and dinner and getting back into my room and so on. This is a nice cold, innocent gin.
Kampai.
Kampai,
It is good. Nice.
That cooled down nicely.
You did.
Ouch, that damn thing just will cut my finger right off. You ever try this one there? Innocent Gun Lager.
I've been a fan of most of what Innocent Gun has done.
Yeah, Naked Golden Oats is how they brewed it. What's the ABV? I didn't look. 5.
I think it's lower than their usual.
The usual, they're almost 6%.
This one is 4.6
on their original.
Yep.
So,
and the original is like 6 and a bit or something, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 point. Oh, it's depends. Some batches come out higher than others. I like, but I got one hit me in the head real hard one day. I worked all day long in the summer outside as a bricklayer, and it feels good. You come home and the beer is so refreshing. Well, I cracked open one of their limited releases, and it was like almost 8% alcohol, and it just it went to my head fast. I tell you.
Yep.
Lee Townsend, how's this? After this month's out, I want more whiskey. The beer looks damn good, though. What? Hey, Lee. Lee is a beekeeper.
Cool.
Do you know a beekeeper?
I do know a beekeeper. Adelaide Honey. They're on Facebook. They're just outside of St. John's.
St. John's, Newfoundland.
They do, you can adopt hives through them.
I'm coming home tomorrow, Lee. I hope you left some for me because I think that I can get into that tasting. We had the Innocent Gun barrel-aged beer. Well, they're all barrel-aged. Isn't that lager aged or not? Maybe not.
I am not sure the provenance of.
So you've had the original. Santa, how you doing? Chris, I saw your Instagram post today driving down, looking at all the boats. Hey, the Whiskey Dick #1 has arrived.
They have a little.
He's a legend in his own mind, aren't you, Bill?
They have a little bit of information here, but they don't mention barrels in this one. Just naked golden oats.
Just naked golden oats. We're drinking Innocent Gun beer from a coffee cup. Hey, Mose, how you doing?
Not just a coffee cup.
And my buddy Ian here, Ian Fong from Scotch on the Rock.
Cheers.
Cheers. They don't make the clinking noise. We have to make that ourselves. Clink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not just coffee cups. Disposable coffee cups.
Disposable coffee cups.
Because we ride like that.
Yeah, we're not worried like that. These are biodegradable, I'm sure. We are in northern Alberta, in Fort McMurray. You better bring your own grocery bags because they do not offer plastic bags up here, except at fast food and I think some of the liquor stores.
Gas station did. What about junk food?
Oh, well, but the grocery stores, none of them do. Very limited up here.
I didn't buy groceries here.
So, I have a couple things up there we could finish.
Mhm.
And you brought a couple.
I did.
Would you like to start with yours?
I think we should. I want to try this guy. And I think this would definitely be one to start with as opposed to the other thing that I brought.
Yes, I would not start with the other one first.
So let's cork. We have bought on recommendation of Mr. Copeland here, Deanston Unchill Filtered Virgin Oak. You want to hold that up for them?
Yes, I will. Everybody out there is very familiar with them, as they've had the 18-year-old and the.
I like the gurgle.
The what are the other ones? There's some wine finished ones. These are getting tons and tons of good reviews. But I get asked often. First question I think Scott from Scott Test Dummies asked me is, "What is your genre?" It was a Patreon show they had, and they phoned me up, and I did a telephone interview with them. I guess way before I ever thought about doing live stuff on YouTube. And that's what he asked me. And you know what? I have a new answer. It's Virgin Oak. I like Virgin Oaks. Outside of, well, I like bourbons, but you know.
I think my first Virgin Oak was a Bunnahabhain.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was Andrew Campbell Walls brought it back. It was duty-free availability.
I got, hey, Travis, how you doing?
And it was pretty good.
It smells good.
Yeah. This is my first Deanston.
Mine too. No, it's not. I've had the 18-year-old.
You're the one who recommended me to buy this. I assumed you had it before.
Yes. No, I have tried the Deanston, but it was an 18-year-old. And it was a sample. You like that?
That's different.
I want a different cup so bad.
Well, you're going home now, so you can get a proper glass, and you can bring a proper glass with you back to that other place where you go.
Yes.
This has got a bit of fire to it.
It's youthful, I think. It's 46.3.
Yeah, so a little bit of alcohol there, but
I think it's going to open up and soften out a bit.
I like cask strength, so.
Lots of the vanilla from the oak wood. He polished off a Tullamore Dew. He's doing 3 drams, healthy drams from what I saw in that picture. At least the last one was. Mose, what are you doing today, buddy? Travis, are you working?
I'm definitely getting a little spice.
Yeah, it's just spicy.
A little spicy, and I don't want to say burny, almost peppery-y, but
it's a little harsh. It's got a little, you know, it's young. Yep. I mean, it's a non-age statement.
Yep. Let's let it open up for a minute.
Yeah.
See what happens.
This is one of the things about Innocent Gun, at least with the beer. Thomas, how you doing? Is you get the regular Innocent Gun, which is aged in whiskey barrels. Was made by accident, right?
Yes.
They were actually trying to make a beer, or
it was made on purpose, but it wasn't meant to drink.
Yes, the beer that was put into the cask was, what do they call it when they do it with sherry barrels and stuff? See, they were conditioning it or seasoning the barrel. That's what it was.
That's all it was. It was supposed to be disposed of, and it wasn't disposed of. Well, it was disposed of differently than asked, probably.
Yes, people were drinking it. The master distiller came back. They said, "We got something here." He checked it out and he said, "Wow, that is phenomenal."
They sent it to the first time they bottled it up, and they sent it to a beer competition and won like awards.
Yeah,
like right away.
Yeah, no, I mean lots of people do similar stuff, but and they seem to be changing. Now they list it as bourbon barrels finished. It was before, it was just whiskey barrels.
Yeah, well, I thought originally they were just. I I didn't think anything else had been in. I thought they were virgin barrels that they were conditioning with the beer to age whiskey in.
Well,
that was my understanding, but that could be wrong. I may have heard a while.
Travis wants to know what we're talking about the Innocent Gun beer, which we're drinking, but we are drinking the lager. We are not drinking the oak finish stuff right now.
Yep. Innocent Gun original beer, the original bottlings were aged for 70 something days.
It's always in that area, 47, 77.
Yeah. Something like that.
Because they put a lot of special releases out, and some of them.
Yeah. But the original stuff was like 70-ish days in oak barrels.
Anybody else out here ever sip their whiskey while they're drinking a beer? Besides Travis, he'll drink anything. We know Travis. And Lee.
Is that Mr. Reveley there?
Yeah.
Hey,
it's your buddy, Travis.
Good to see you, buddy.
Lee, Towns, where are you? You still here, Lee? Lee is a beehive owner, farmer. I don't know what you call yourself, Lee. And Lee also.
She has an apiary.
He has an apiary?
Mm-hmm.
She?
Oh, who? You said
Lee.
her.
Lee is not her.
Lee. Sorry, Lee.
Lee's a very big, very husky farmer. I taught you how to spell whiskey, but I didn't tell you how to spell it right. You're in Canada, my man. Boilermaker. Sipping whiskey with your beer is not a Boilermaker, is it? It's usually you drop on a shot into.
I thought it was dropped in.
Yeah.
We're not dropping this into that.
So it was one of my nephews that ordered an Innocent Gun and a Tullamore or Jameson, an Irish whiskey. And
Tullamore, dude.
Yeah, and he says, no, that's phenomenal. And I've been drinking Innocent Gun, and I never thought. But when I had that sip, and I think because the Irish whiskey was so light that it didn't really interfere, but you got much more out of the Innocent Gun because of the whiskey aging.
Right.
Yeah. I think you did.
Yeah.
So if you ever, and actually Canada is, I think, their biggest market.
Cool.
For Innocent Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
No wee in whiskey. Well, unless you're in Ireland or the United States of America. Mm-hmm. Bill will tell you. Just look how he spells it. Travis, have you ever gotten the whiskey dick? Everybody else on here, but maybe Travis and Lee, know who the whiskey dick is. So if you other guys haven't seen him, go check him out. He's got some good stuff going there. He's much more technical and fancy than I am. Mose Chan, you're not drinking a Boilermaker, but that's what we would call this. Trying to keep up in the chat. Bill, if you do a recycle video, it's going to be awful hard to top the remake that Scott did. I think you said that already, didn't you? Oh, there you did. See you go. There you go. Thomas, what are you drinking anyway? How long are we going to let that open?
I don't know. How is it now?
I don't know. It's hard to get much more noise out of it. Thomas knows Bill, yes. Chris Britton, how you doing, boss? Guess what we're drinking? This is the guy that helped me find a bottle of this in town. We're drinking what you helped me find. A Deanston. It was awesome. Those guys.
Forms legs pretty quickly.
It's hard to tell that you're forming any legs in a plastic
frosted glass.
This is the glass you get at a buffet restaurant, right? I didn't think I would be able to have anything to drink while I was up here working, so I didn't bring any with me. Otherwise, I would.
How many bottles have you bought since you've been here?
Shush. I got to go down to my truck and get that extra container I got. Because the bottles will be in my bag, so they don't break. Richie Z, how you doing, buddy? That's actually, it's not as harsh now.
Yep. Not true.
Maybe it was me that needed to be broke into a bit.
But it hit my mouth like
we got a Nika.
Jumping beans.
You didn't like the Nika, didn't you?
I didn't mind the Nika. Well, I didn't mind the which one you got? That's a ton.
The one you bought me. Supporting my habit. We have some Tomatin 12, 15. We already drank the 12. Hey, Loch Ness. Ian, Scotch on the Rocks. If you're on Facebook, check them out. On the Rocks, sorry. Ian on the right. Ian on the right. Richie's in. Loch Ness is in. Bill, are you just kind of easing back on the couch, or what are you doing? You just absorbing some of that Tullamore. What Tullamore do I have at home? I need to open up an Irish whiskey when I get home.
I have a bottle of Irish, a single cask Irish single malt for when I get home.
Oh, nice.
And I bought it in Houston before I came here, and I didn't even get a chance to crack the bottle.
Oh. What were you doing in Houston?
I was doing a course.
On?
API 571 damage mechanisms.
Okay.
Refinery process. One of those work courses.
Work courses. Because you're a smart fella.
Yeah.
I'm smart too. I get paid the money and I don't have to look at stuff as hard as you do. Yeah, picture. Yep. It's broke.
Fix it.
Fix it. You want to do a head-to-head Tomatin?
Why, yes, I do.
Okay. Deanston Virgin Oak. That's going to open up nicely.
Yep.
That is a Deanston Virgin Oak, Richie. Came in a little late there.
Yep. I'm curious to play with that a little bit more later.
I think so.
Yep.
This is not very expensive. What was it, $50?
Mm-hmm. 50 to 60, 55-ish, something like that, I think.
Simple, handcrafted, and natural. Yeah.
I like the idea, like the concept.
No, it's good.
Yep.
The other ones have been getting great raves. That one too.
Mm-hmm.
Got to rinse these glasses out.
Mm-hmm. No longer smells of fruit juice.
No. I don't drink any of that stuff. That's the worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to pour this. Focus, camera, focus.
It's focused on me quite nicely, thank you.
Yeah, get out of the picture. Anyway, 15-year-old. For the fun of it.
What's Travis drinking tonight?
Travis? I don't know if Travis is drinking anything. Do you think he's drinking anything?
Yeah, it's probably beer.
You call that beer, Travis? So we just poured 15-year-old Tomatin. Now, we have other glasses.
We do.
That one and coffee cups in the back there.
All right. There we go.
So we're going to compare it to an 18-year-old because I don't really want to carry these back. I only bought these because I thought I'd be doing a show stuff all by myself. Just the shadows. Looks like you're getting ripped off.
You poured me heavy on the other one. That's fine.
Really?
Yeah. It's all good.
Don't waste it.
All right. So.
Okay. Got to remember which one's which.
All right.
Good Lord, you're going to kill that whole bottle in one night. Well, Santa.
Too late.
I know that metric is hard down there in Santa Cruz, but it's only 2 ounces in a bottle.
Barely.
Probably, yeah.
Not quite.
You're working on how do you say Napogi Castle 12. That's actually a very good Irish whiskey.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. Hey, fine things fermented.
Hey,
buddy, I'm drinking a beer today. Not as elegant as yours, but we're having an innocent gun lager because I had 2 cans and I don't carry them home.
Cheers, Josh.
That's Matt, not Josh.
That's Matt?
Yeah, they're both up here. Fine Things Fermented is the guy that's got like 2,100
Oh, the beers.
Beer reviews.
Yeah, beer reviews.
On his vlog.
What's
or
Josh?
blog.
I gotta write all this stuff down. What's Josh's handle?
Know Your Whiskey.
Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to confuse you.
You're going to have to get just Scotch on the Rock on Instagram.
Yep.
It's easy, man. Just take a picture of a bottle every day and post it.
Bottle a day.
A bottle a day.
All right. See if I can make it to Christmas.
I do not like it in a can if I can. Don't make me rhyme stuff now, boy. Tasted beers, lots of flavor and very seasonable. Yes, and nice and light and crispy when it was hot. Because when I got up here, it was like 30 freaking degrees, man.
It was warm.
And then, climbing up into those vessels. I got a freaking fat waist. And I was climbing into a vessel that was 29 inches across. What do they call it again? Circumference? No, diameter.
Diameter.
And I have a 38-inch circumference on my waist. So I don't know how that works. I don't know the math.
Well, divide by 3-ish. Or,
I'm just going to know these
divide by pi instead of eat it.
Listen, just because I had a piece of pie, didn't I? Oh, there's already more nose on that. I'm using my beer glass as a toque for my whiskey. Oh, they're both.
The Tomatin's quite nice. I haven't got into the second one yet, but trying the 15.
I got the 15. I'm just put a lid on mine.
15 smooth.
You should compare it to the 25-year-old too. So I got 3 Tomatins here. What the hell?
Holy fuck! Sorry for the language. Didn't mean to offend anybody.
Swearing like a sailor. Must be from Nova Scotia.
No.
or one of them, but close enough. Jeez, I get so confused up here. I'm surrounded by the Maritimes, and I'm in the West.
Not Maritimes either.
I know you like to say that, but it is the bloody Maritimes.
No, it's not.
Why?
We don't fit in that climate.
Oh, God.
They get all Gulf Stream. They don't get any of the Labrador Current. So theirs is a warmer climate in there.
Please.
And it's not that we were excluded. We're the Atlantic provinces, but they are the Maritimes. We were excluded. We are just Newfoundland.
You know what you sound like right now? Like a Quebecer. Like you're from Quebec. We are whatever.
I'm just saying. They left us.
Sparta, Canada, aren't you? Sparta? Want to use them coffee cups for the 25?
Well, we're gonna have to. Or,
I have fun on these lives. Okay, now we're pouring.
Okay, so this is my 15. This is my 18, and this is about to be my 25. Not to be confused with my beer.
Oh yeah, don't make that mistake. I'm using my beer as a cap. What am I pouring here? Okay. Where's your empty one? Oh,
There's your empty one.
Okay.
You're reaching for my beer glass.
All good. So now we have 3. This is like the most impromptu ever. We have 3 bottles in front of us, gentlemen.
Ooh.
All from Thomas.
Getting a bigger hit of the sherry on the 18.
I get something different to that.
Oh, something different again on the 25.
Wow, was that ever totally different, that 25? No, geez, I wish we had right glasses. Guys, that 18-year-old gives him way more sherry than 25.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. The 15 is really smooth.
Canadian Glencairn glasses, gentlemen.
And very nice. My little finger is just itching to stick out there.
Now, Richie Z has just opened up a bottle of 18-year-old Thompson. That unicorn whiskey, Richie, that one's different. There's a bunch of different ones.
All right, going for the 18.
15, fruity,
kind
of a freshness to it.
Yep. but it's really smooth. It's
kind of relaxed, easy drinking.
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Very, very approachable.
Yep. Sherry.
Definitely got the sherry on the 18.
There's definitely sherry on the mouth of this 15-year-old.
Oh no. Whatever sherry there is in the 15, there is sherry in the 18.
Okay. Here we go, Richie.
Right.
This is one hell of a sherry tasting. That's the 15. Right here.
Right. I'll try the 18.
Nah, getting into my 18.
No.
The nose has gotten lighter now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me rinse my palate here. What does it say here?
I'm getting that dried spice.
Here's the funny thing. On the 18, they have a definite prompt marking that is non-chill filtered. So the 12 and the 15 may very well be chill filtered.
Can I see the box, please?
Yeah. Whiskey in the 6. How you doing, Rob? It's my last night in camp until Tuesday. Then I drive back up here to a different camp. It's just a couple hours farther up.
I'm not getting any real sweetness from the 18, which they say there, but there's definitely that cinnamony, that dark fruitcake type spices, the drier spice.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, this has it does have a much drier mouthfeel to it.
Okay, so this is in Oloroso sherry casks.
All
the 18.
18, yeah.
The 12 is in Spanish sherry casks. The 15 just says matured in traditional Scotch whiskey oak casks.
Richie, DM me. We can work something out.
Traditional would have been sherry.
Yeah.
But 18 is in Oloroso, specified Oloroso sherry casks, and you can definitely taste a heavy sherry influence there.
Grab you some bottles sitting. Yeah, man. And I'm sure. I'm hoping. I should have got a hold of Dave already, but if they haven't sold out, I'm going to go to the SMWS tasting on Saturday or Friday. Friday, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the 18, but I have to say that the 15 is actually easier to drink.
Yeah, my mouth is. I have no oil feeling in my mouth at all.
This is dry. With the 18, it's dry.
Yeah.
It says slightly dry.
I get nothing in the nose.
More than slightly dry.
Well, tomorrow I'm leaving tomorrow morning early.
Yeah.
I am, honestly. This is just a little taste thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, 18. No, sorry, 25.
25-year-old, 1988. So there's more than one 1988.
1988. I was in grade 10.
Oh, Santa Cruz and his pouring. Santa and Richie both are into their Tomatons. Okay. Yesterday, or when we opened this, I got quite a bit different nose on it, but my nose is sitting in that controlled air of that big building all day long.
Would it be more toffee-ish, caramel-ish? There's something a little sweeter, a little different on the 25 than on the 18.
It's a different type of. It's amazing to me.
There's a bit of dryness, but it's not
as dry as the 18.
No.
It's still drier than the 15.
Yes.
And there is something in there I don't know how to.
But it's also a higher alcohol percentage, right?
It's 52%. Yeah, it's 51.9.
Yeah.
Can we mail you a Glencairn glass to the camp? Yes, you can actually.
Unless it's going to get airdropped within the next.
Yeah, it could probably 5 hours.
Mm.
That or whatever. Everybody, it is fun sitting here drinking with juice glasses, coffee cups.
There we go.
One's got a beer in it.
There
you go. There's your order right there.
That's my order.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there was something else on this nose.
Palate cleanser.
Was that the beer?
Yeah. I need to start again. I'm going to go back to the 15.
There was something I was missing on that, but I think I'll do the same. This is beer, gentlemen.
That was good.
That does cleanse the palate. Now, if we were at Josh's place, Know Your Whiskey, it would be a giant Glencairn full of coffee beans, which that one night there, which I will never forget, I was eating them. They're meant for smelling, but I was eating them. I used to buy coffee beans on night shift all the time.
Have you ever eaten malted barley?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's great. I almost ate some freaking hops, though.
Oh.
I opened it up. Good thing I smelt it first. I'm like, whoa, what is this crap? Holy crap. That's what they make their stuff with, their beer at the two brewers.
Okay.
The whiskey and the two brewers. So I will not. I didn't take my shirt off. I just ripped the buttons out, open, and put them back together. I happened to be wearing a shirt similar to this. But it's cooler now. I'm wearing a T-shirt underneath it. You perverts.
I didn't know it was that kind of show.
Oh, I was told later that Josh, his wife said to me, did Josh take his shirt off? I'm like, yeah, he did. At the end of the night. I said, uh-oh. But it wasn't started by Josh. Okay.
So back to the 15.
Richie, you know what? I want one, but I got to get something to carry him because my gear gets slapped around pretty hard. I have a small.
I don't want to know what you do with your gear, man. Seriously. I have not been in camp that long. I will never be in camp that long.
Oh, yeah. Not that gear. I'm talking about my work gear. Okay, sure. Hard hat, all my tools. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you're dirty goofies. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like Richie's always thinking ahead, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. I need to maybe make one. I have a Pelican case, a smaller Pelican case. Mm-hmm. Maybe so fit it up so we can carry one bottle and 2 or 3 Glencairns.
Yeah. I even have some of the little mini Glencairns.
Yeah.
The little stubbies.
I got little tiny ones. They're really, they're kind of Julia's. And then we have...
you have the bigger manly one.
I have the regular Glencairn, and then we've got a big one. Those big ones. Most of these guys have seen it because we made a Christmas tree type thing up all the way up because they just fit inside each other. Mm-hmm. The friends of ours, the Whiskey Bells, on Instagram, did a fundraiser, and they tried to order some glasses from Toronto, and they were supposed to be the mini ones, not the real mini ones, just maybe half of a regular one. And it was... they got these ones that were huge, and they're like, yeah, just take them. They're no good to us. I gifted a Macallan's one to agree. You did you? That is very generous of you. A Macallan edition 1. That thing's worth, on the secondary market, that's worth some money, Richie. That was very generous of you.
All right, thoughts on the 15 again.
The Glencairn, the 15 is oilier. It's lighter,
not as dry on the finish.
No, and you could probably go back to it more often. It would be your daily sipper.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has a sherry, and it definitely sherry on the mouth more than the nose. For me,
yep. It's got a little bit of that dryness, but it's only what they say about the 18, where it's slightly dry. That's the 15. The 18 is dry.
It is. But they all have a little dryness to them. That's you can tell they were genuinely done. Hey, Mark, how you doing? They carry, do they? Oh, you just reminded me something, Mark. I bought a freaking mic from them, and I forgot to get someone to go pick it up while I've been up here. Shizer. Thank you, Mark. You just reminded me. It's a new, I don't know, my camera's got the Rode mic on the top of it.
Okay.
But they came out with a new one. Actually, I returned it. I don't have a mic on it right now. And I ordered the new one. The new one is, if you're ever going to use your DSLR to make videos like Casey Neistat and all them guys.
Sure.
This new one has it turns on with the camera. You don't have to remember to turn it on
separately,
because you'll get into I gotta make it. And you're making a video or something and you have no audio.
It's one extra thing that you don't have to worry about.
Yeah. Cool. I gotta remember that, Mark. I bought maybe 4 years ago, and gifted. Wow, Richie! I never even saw one. Never got any up here, man. You bought them all. It's your fault that I can get one, Richie. Oh yeah, laugh out loud. He says, "I didn't know it was worth anything." Yeah, you do.
Here's
Ian from Scotch on the Rock is he's in serious mode. What? He must be 3 grams in again.
Whoa, 4,
and we got 1 more to go.
And a beer.
Yeah.
Here's to Oloroso Sheer. Mine's all gone, but.
I've been pecking at that 18. I'm starting to favor the 18 though.
Nope. No, it's got good. Like I like whiskey with good character. I like beers with taste. I like wine with like good flavors, good oomph. And so yes, I like peat, but I also like sherry. I like interesting tasting whiskey. Yeah.
We just got asked. Dry is usually good. Yeah. Well, it tells you something. If you drink that stuff that's really oily, and then you can go to one that's drier, it does show you that there is a real interaction in the barrel with what used to be in the barrel. It's not just something they say so they can say that this was in this barrel or that barrel. If we went back to that virgin oak, we're going to get something different now after these.
Oh,
these are sherry, and that was nothing but virgin oak.
Right? Yeah. There's
a big difference. So I have a little of my 18 and a little, I actually have quite a bit left.
What's your thoughts on the finish? Well, I mean, the finish is dry. How long, is it lasting?
I'm finding that the 15 really stayed a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. You got asked a question here. Wacky in the throttle. What is Ian's go-to bottle? He's thinking. He's a heavy thinker.
Okay, I'll throw up a couple for quick and easy drinks. Bomer 15, Glenmorangie, the Glenmorangie Quinta Reuben. Ardbeg Ugadal. Those are three ones that I go to fairly often. I really like a lot of others. If you want to say which whiskey is most dear to my heart, probably the bottle of Port Ellen that I have.
From who?
So that was a Dewar Ratchery bottling. It's 25 years old. It was aged specifically for Liquor Depot Empire. Andrew selected the barrel from the rep, and they bought it. It was all bottled, and we had it at a tasting, and that was beautiful. And I have 1 full bottle left.
So Ian and I both know a guy named Andrew Wells. He is now working for a distillery in Vancouver Island called Victoria Caledonia. And they have put out some phenomenal stuff already.
They have.
And instead of going out and making gin and vodka to bring profit in, they actually were buying barrels and having them blended. So it would be a Glenlossie and a Benriach or something like that, blended together. So far, every one of those I've tried have been very, very nice.
Yep.
And then they did have one out that was a spirit, aged less than 3 years, They sent a bottle of it, or I'm sure they sent a whole bottle to the Whiskey Advocate.
Mm-hmm.
And they came back and told them that their best guess was that it was a 7-year-old. But the people that have organized this and created this distillery are people that are really Scotch people, and they make phenomenal. Like, they do not want to bottle it in a cheap container. They don't want to put a cheap label on it.
They're trying to do everything right.
And I'm hoping, having known Andrew for many years, I met Andrew shortly after I started collecting whiskey, that he will be able to get me in there to do it.
Nice.
When I try to ramp this up to a little bit better level than just lives in a camp room with coffee cups and plastic cups, but to do a few things that are much more artistic. Mm-hmm. So let's hope that gets done.
Well, Andrew was practically born at a distillery.
Yes, his mother, who was Canadian.
His mother is Newfoundland.
A Newfie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not part of Canada. Again.
She may not have been born in Canada.
She may not.
I don't know her age. She may not have been born in Canada. She may have been born in Newfoundland.
And she worked at what distillery?
She worked at the Glen Ord Distillery.
Glen Ord Distillery.
In Inverness.
So a lot of these guys don't know
near Inverness.
Have danced around with a few of these people, right? But we're going to ask a question that is from Chris Beaton, also known as the Music Man on Instagram. If you could only buy 3 bottles, which would you buy? And that might conflict with the last question we got from Thomas, which is, what is your most precious bottle? So I have a collection. Do you have a collection?
Well, compared to yours, no, I do not have a collection.
But
I have a sample.
But he has been to Scotland twice.
I have. I brought back 7 bottles, I think, on the second trip.
Yeah. And you just found your notes in your work.
I did, yeah. I still have notes from all the distillery tours.
Brought them with you. We'll try to decipher them. Oh, I spoke too soon. So,
no, I think
we'll go back to that question. Your first, what 3 bottles would you buy? You know what? If I can only buy 3 bottles, that's, you know what? I think that's a practically impossible question to answer, Chris, because we're just thinking about what's in the market.
Okay,
if I could only buy 3 bottles, could I?
If I was able to buy 3 more bottles of the Port Ellen that I have home now, I would buy 3 bottles of the Port Ellen I have home right now.
From Adelaide, which is funny that it's from Adelaide, because, and you like it because there are quite a few. There's a lot more independent bottlers of Port Ellen out there than you know about.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is, even though it's a closed distillery, the mystery around it, they've really sucked us in, because every time I turn around, I see another Port Ellen bottle. So really, was it that rare? And if those bottles,
the distillery closed in the early 80s, and everything that was there was bought up.
Yeah. By probably a whiskey broker.
Well,
not somebody specific.
And the distillery was closed because Diageo acquired it in one of its purchases of somebody else, and decided, we'll close that one. They're a small distillery.
Get rid of them. Yeah, because they don't think about anything but the numbers. Yeah. Right. So I think I'd take a bourbon, probably Elijah Craig, because that's my go-to bourbon, the 12-year-old, and I've stocked up on it. If you ever had it, if you can stop by in Edmonton when you're done here and I'm around. What else? Definitely a bourbon, Scotch.
I think mine would probably all end up being Scotches.
I would probably have, and it sounds precarious because I'm drinking it right now, but a Tomatin.
I don't have enough experience with Japanese whiskey to be able to pick something out there. I know they do. I know they do a lot of very good work.
Oh, definitely. You know what? You just solidified it with that comment there. I would have a Brookladdy, and I would probably pick a Blackguard. And I mean, I have a 2, but I'd probably go with 4, edition 4. Well, that's it. That's 3 right there for me. You would be all Scotch?
Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, I can almost guarantee all malt whiskeys. I like malted barley.
Mm-hmm.
It really sort of cemented for me when I was learning about whiskey why I like single malts. And I was trying to, because there was always a little bit of an air around single malt whiskeys, and I was trying to convince myself that it wasn't because it had some sort of prestige to it. That it wasn't just, following the crowd because it was supposed to be better.
Yeah. And that falls into any category, right? Motorcycles.
Yep. But cigars, I used to be able to get in Newfoundland Chevec. And when I bought it, I didn't realize it was a blend. But I really liked it, and I generally didn't like most of the blended whiskeys that I had as much.
Yeah.
But this one was actually good. What I found out afterwards is that Chevec has a high malt content. I like malt whiskey. Single doesn't matter, but again, most things are done that way. But like the whiskeys that Andrew's doing are no longer single malts. No. Technically speaking, call them double malts if you want, or whatever.
Well, they're a blended malt.
Exactly. But it's the malt whiskey that I enjoy, and those blends were beautiful.
It's too bad you weren't coming back to Edmonton tomorrow.
No, not yet.
We'd go to the single malt whiskey tasting, and you'd be like, that would be good stuff. Would be 1 Scotch, 1 bourbon, and 1 beer. Ooh. You got her, buddy. George Thura. Good. So Richie said Macallan 18, anything from the 90s, Brookladdy 4.1, and Parker's Heritage Barrel Finished Bourbon, but that can change any given day. Mm-hmm. Is Parker Heritage is, I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've even seen it.
Oh,
I'm at
that last taste of the Tomatin
of the
25-year-old was beautiful. I don't know what's changed in the last while. Maybe sitting there opening up more or whatever, but that was.
This 18 is one Oloroso?
Yeah, 18 is Oloroso, but yeah, no, that 25, that was.
See, the 12 is a Spanish sherry cask. I think it was Thomas that was saying that the 12 was good, and the 12 is excellent, actually.
Yep.
You know what? I've never met a Tomatin I haven't liked. And this is to show you something, guys, is Tomatin now has new bottles. And to me, they look cheap. There's something about them. This, to me, which is kind of clear what their stuff is, this bottle shape and so forth is classic. It's like a single breast versus a double breasted suit. One is classic. One's going to come back every so many years, but this bottle is pretty classic, and the label can be almost any way you want it to be, as we know. These short, stubby ones, they've got, I don't like them so much, and maybe that's affecting my perspective of them, right? So, ever watch my co-host here in his face right now? He's got a little bit of, he had a grin on him. Now he took it off.
Anybody fans of Monty Python? And now for something completely different. Found this little puppy at a liquor store in Fort McMurray a few nights ago when we were in Sharma. This is a Port Charlotte 10-year-old second limited edition. I thought this was my first bottle of Port Charlotte that I've ever bought, but I had forgotten that when I bottled a little 500 ml sample from the Brookladdy distillery, that it was a Port Charlotte.
Oh, I don't want to rinse my mouth out yet.
Yeah, I know. That last.
Yeah, no, the 25, and I mean, it was a bigger gulp than I was planning on.
Yep. You know when you have a glass ready?
Pour yours. Don't rush. We have a chain of liquor stores out here in this province called Solo. And they have massive amounts, and they are really only about volume, selling volume, but they get some stuff in there sometimes. That's where I got my last bottles of Glendronach 15-year-old. Cheap.
There was a nice coating of dust on the top of.
But this isn't that old. This is the one that's put out by Adam, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this was bottled in 2016, I believe.
Yeah, and it's Adam. It's not a. This is not Jim McEwen. Yeah, Adam Hannett.
Yeah, 2016 it was bottled.
Hey, here's a. I can't, man. I would love to be going to the Islay, but I'm not on this trip. We'll end up.
So 18,000 bottles. This is bottle number 15,483. 50%. First fill bourbon, sherry, Tempranillo, and French wine casks. I have no idea what Tempranillo is. Well, we've got an interesting.
That's a wine.
I assumed, but
yeah.
But it said Tempranillo and
Tempranillo.
It said Tempranillo and French wine. So Tempranillo, is it an Italian wine?
Who knows that out there? Santa Cruz, and you must know. Tempranillo. What kind of wine is it? Am I saying it even right? And what is this? Hello, CDC. I have an outbreak of whiskey envy. Or is that CDC short for Canada, which is CAN? But
no, CDC, Center of Disease Control. Outbreak.
Oh. Oh. I hate smart people.
Cheers. Bricklayers.
Bricklayers. As a bricklayer. I like that smoke. That's It's not peat that I'm smelling. It's
smoky.
It's like a real campfire, and it's actually like almost like the leftover charcoal, where you break it open and there's still wood inside.
Mm-hmm.
You just smell that wood part.
Yep.
That included. Smart people included you find things fermented. I'm pretty sure somebody said you were an engineer. I love engineers, especially the ones at the refinery. Honest to God, they all should own their own company.
Behave.
They make us money. They should all be called ADT, always done twice. Too bad that's an alarm company.
Mm.
Yeah, that is. It's like smoke, like a nice burnt, cold charcoal kind of.
Yeah. See, when a pipe fitter or a welder screws something up, it's called a repair. Engineer screws something up, it's called a revision.
Matt, I can tell you who he's working for. I did a first versus second edition last week, and
yeah, interesting.
First edition of what and a second edition of what?
I assume you're talking about Port Charlotte 10.
There's a first and a second edition already. Eric, wait, what are you doing?
This says,
still awake.
This says second limited edition.
Second limited edition. Should I let Ian see my Brookladdy collection? Should I?
I've seen some of it.
I'm sending a note to Julia.
Hi, Julia.
She didn't text me. I'm just sending a note. Did you see some of it? I'm going to show him this.
Saw some of it. Well, I didn't see it all from that.
Who is bidding farewell? I don't know. I hope I'm off work tomorrow. Somebody. I'm off work tomorrow too, but I have to drive 5 hours back to my homeland. So that in So basically 3 days I drive back up here and I have to go farther north than I am right now, which is really just basically over the sulfur pit.
Yeah. Well,
right.
So in early March, I got off work from night shift in Burnaby.
What did you say that makes him say this? He says, "Fom is true." Have you gone to his Facebook page, Scotch on the Rock? Eric Wade, I hope you're staying up late and having a dram with us.
Okay, so I went from Burnaby night shift to airport, flew from West Coast all the way to East Coast for 4 days, and then flew back to Regina. So,
yeah. Isn't that silly? Mo's Chan says you need a private helicopter.
Yeah.
There's where the laddies start.
Yeah.
Classic edition what?
Shut up, #1.
Classic edition #1.
Classic laddie.
Ooh, now I got some peat.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Know your whiskey, Josh says. Get
Hey,
your
Josh.
nose. No, he's not on here.
Oh, where's Josh?
He's in bed. He's got to work tomorrow and teach everybody how to be safe. Can I get you a job? What job do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do, Thomas? And do you have a good visa? Because I don't know where you work or what you do.
Did you ever get to try their Celtic Connections?
Yes.
Well, their Celtic Connection, because there was only ever one.
Yes, I did. And I know people that still have a bottle.
They're first in a series of one.
I know people that have a bottle.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I had a bottle, but I drank it.
You're putting my name. Okay, no problem, buddy.
Sir, that is a wonderful
10-4, I will.
Of Brook Laddie.
I'm drinking a Kalila 10-year-old,
nice.
2018. Oh, but look where it's from.
Huh.
You know what that is?
I do not.
Eric, wait, can you tell him what that is? And I'm asking you this way because I don't want to pronounce it. It's from a festival in Scotland.
Oh, yes. The festival in Scotland. The Isla Festival in Scotland.
Yes.
I want to go to that.
So, okay, you got your notepad here? Did you find your notebook?
No, I think it's downstairs.
You got one on your phone?
What?
A note. There's a notebook on your phone.
Yeah, there is.
So you need to type down, first of all, find things fermented.
Yeah. And
how do we find your blog? Yeah, it's a blog. Matt, how do we find that? It's an Islay Festival, yes. Mo's Chan, wow.
I know that. I know the Islay Festival.
I know you do.
Yeah.
But you want to look up Eric Wade. Now, Eric Wade is a sommelier. Okay. Well, Eric, I think you're a 3rd level. He's going all the way, this guy. Fish eel.
Which organization is he with?
I don't know.
There we go. I have taken a picture of list, and I have names and things to look up.
Eric Wade is a limited edition bottle. I agree with you. Oh, Eric Wade, is it a limited? You got to put the question mark at the end, Santa.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think Eric Wade.
I thought that was
I think. Oh no, Eric is. You like him? He's bald. Now he has 2 channels now, guys. He has his wine one, and he has now separated himself so that it's Eric Wade, the whiskey. I forget the words or terminology you're using, Eric. But his journey of whiskey, Court of Master Sommelier. Nice. Sommeliers.
Nice.
Is that the right one? Is that better than W set?
I have no idea how they all compare. I know that Andrew has his level 3 wine set.
Yeah, that's WSET.
Yeah.
Yeah.
W standing for wine.
Yes. Now, I thought about going and taking their spirit one. And I am forgetting who told me this, and it might have been you, Eric, that told me.
You could probably teach it.
You could probably teach it because the guy doesn't know much about it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he has a diploma from WSET.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
Yep.
But they must be They must be really good because they're in Edmonton. Anyway, knowledge is good to gain. All types of knowledge.
Yep.
Eric does a thing. He was doing it every Sunday. I didn't see him this Sunday. Called the Whiskey Church on YouTube.
Okay.
Under his name, Eric Waite, right? With a K.
Is he related to Tom?
I don't know. Are you related to Tom Waite? Because your coolness would get a lot bigger if you were, for me. Going for Keeper of the Quake. You are, or you're asking who's going for the Keeper of the Quake? I think there is one in the Keeper of the Quake. I need to make amends with a lady.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have a kilt?
No, I don't have a kilt. I don't have the calves for a kilt.
Do you plan on getting a kilt?
Why? I'm not Scottish.
Everybody's Scottish.
Yes, they are. You know what's really bugging me is that I didn't go get to see my Jamaican father while we were in. Freaking forgot to go see him.
No. Do you want to know that I looked up? I don't have any direct Scottish heritage. Okay. Even though I sometimes claim that I'm Ian McFong from the Clan McFong.
I was right away thought that Fong was at least a character from a specific movie.
Sure.
I'm sure that you could have been related to.
In any case, I was looking up, I wanted to get a kilt. And I was kind of looking up the different tartans and what I could get and stuff. And did you know that there is a Scottish Chinese tartan?
No way.
Absolutely. An official. It was apparently created in 2000 or created around 2006 for some special business negotiations between the two countries.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. And I had, when I was in Scotland on the second trip, I called them up ahead of time and told them that I wanted to get a kilt made. And not a full kilt, just the wraparound, relatively quick kilt.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted was this tartan if they could get it. And they checked and they were able to get it. And I got fitted for, and then they sent it to me afterwards. And a kilt for apparently a normal man is 9 yards of cloth, and I took 10.
I'm not even getting checked out then. If you need a 10, I'm going to be in trouble.
But I wore it.
You have one.
I now have a kilt, and I have officially worn it at a tasting for this past.
You got the calves for it, man.
Me.
Yeah.
Put on the socks and put a knife in them. You'll be good.
Matt saying you need those clan colors, Fong.
Absolutely.
Oh man, you get Matt. I'll get your information from you, man. DM me or I'll DM you on Instagram, and then you can get a hold of Ian because I forget what plant you're working at.
What the thoughts on the Port Charlotte?
I love it. I have a bottle of this at open at home already. Well, were you done looking at my Brookladdy collection?
Yes, I went from A to Z.
There's my Port Charlotte right there.
Yeah.
What is that one? Oh. It's not the same.
No.
What is it?
Just says Scotch barley, heavily peated.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure that's different. Is that different, Matt?
I think actually.
Hey, Dingus. Listen, dipweed.
Is that Jason?
No, it's Malted in Montreal calling me Dingus.
Oh. Sorry, he works with a guy named Dingo, last name Dingo.
I actually work with one of my good buddies. No one knows that, but I mean, he and I have been working together for years. Dinga. Would you just get home from your bartending job? I'm probably teaching you how to use the Coca-Cola machine, you dingus. Swami, Malted in Montreal. I told you about him, right? First time I was ever on YouTube was with him. Look at that sexy man. Why is your screen so dark?
That's just a picture.
No,
I'll put it up.
You got a color down now. That is one sexy beast here. What do you think this guy looks like? Does he look like, what was his name? Will Sasson? Will Sasson? Is that coming in all right, guys? Look at the socks on that guy.
So my friend Stephanie
keeps refocusing.
Yeah, my friend Stephanie, who came with my wife and I on the Isla tour and all the Scotch tastings, she bought me those socks. That was the last thing that I needed to get in order to be able to wear my, like, I wasn't doing the full jacket and everything else. I didn't want to go that formal, but I wanted to have a pair of socks, and she picked up a pair for me.
Nice.
And gave them to me for Christmas, and I had them for that tasting, for the Robbie Burns tasting we did.
Matt says you're looking pretty badass. Tinder profile. No, Grinder, probably. Him and Swami are on Grinder together. Think. Hey, Mr. Pilgrim, how is it going? Must be just getting out of bed and having your breakfast ram.
I'm liking the Port Charlotte.
Swami, you're not working anywhere but the bar now? Yeah, you work tomorrow, but tomorrow night?
So Swami's in Montreal?
Swami is a Quebecer in Montreal.
In Montreal? So my great-grandfather, who moved to Canada from China when he was a boy, that's where he ended up settling, was in Montreal. Yeah. That's where he passed away. But one of the family ended up bringing his remains afterwards, a few years later, back to China, where his remains remained there.
Wow, yeah. That's cool.
But he lived there. Yep. He obviously didn't stay in Canada. He went back and forth, but that's where he settled.
Oh, Loch Ness, you must be having a few drinks. That's the first time.
What did he say?
Loch Ness.
Ian, you must be part of the
McDonald clan. I would say you're a quarter pounder.
No quarter, sir. At least a half.
He's a half pounder, buddy. Yep. Better watch out. You better. 9 p.m. was Jeremy Sipper Social Club and Work Wait Brooklotti night. What? What's the Brooklotti night? We're drinking Brooklotti right now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Challenge. Actually, you know what? Since this is my last night in camp, and I got to work with a fine gentleman here, if you make it to Edmonton, you're going to have a brand new Lefroy pen.
Ooh.
If not, I'll mail it to you.
I'll be back in Edmonton.
I probably will
Might be a couple of weeks. You'll probably still be at CNRL.
Oh, don't mind. No, you know what? I got to get to Scotland, man. I'm done with this. I haven't had any summer I'm flying to Scotland.
I got a month.
Up here?
No, I got a month of summer.
Did you?
I had a month.
I didn't get anything. I never took my bike anywhere or nothing, man. Where do you live, Mr. Fong?
St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yes. He doesn't know where he lives right now because he's buying a new house.
Well,
or trying a big fancy one.
Sunday morning, we will find out if our bid was successful.
Fancy looking house. It's going to have a whiskey room in it.
It will. It will indeed.
Yeah. Well, his voice squeaked because he's got to ask the wife permission first.
No, wife knows. The wife supports. The wife.
I've never heard you complain about her one bit, buddy.
Everything I've ever done, she has always been quite supportive. She's been sure support from kayaking to diving. She knows more about kayaking, diving, and climbing than anybody that's been introduced to the sport, let alone for people who.
So when you say the sport, you're talking about 3 sports.
Yeah, any of those.
So you're an instructor in all of them?
No.
Only in kayak.
I used to be an instructor in kayaking. I let my instructorship certification pass because I just wasn't doing enough of it.
Right.
And I didn't want to deliver a half-ass product. So now I just paddle for me.
Closest I've ever got to that is Kicking Horse River. in BC.
No, yeah.
Near Golden, BC.
Mm-hmm.
So you go on the whitewater rafting trips there.
Cool.
And they always have a kayaker at certain areas because of the
Yep, they can
risk.
Scout and be able to help pick up.
I've never been bucked out of one of them, but damn close.
I was a canoeing instructor, lake water and moving water, i.e. rivers. I've never really taught. I did a little bit of whitewater kayaking, but I was a sea kayaking instructor.
Okay.
So
sea kayaking is
on the ocean. On the ocean is where it is.
What did you think of the BC ocean?
When I was out there, I enjoyed it. I'd like to see more of it. I've paddled there a little bit 3 times. Excuse me.
Yeah, me too.
And I'd like to do more paddling there.
In BC.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to do more paddling.
What's your best adventure? Ever have any, like a whale come up or anything? Dolphins?
Dude. Yes, I've been this close to a whale in my kayak.
Well,
like seriously could have reached out and touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right there.
In
fact, if YouTube search for kayaking with whales in Newfoundland, you'll see some of my friends having a very close encounter with humpbacks.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy who does most of the talking there and the filming, Tony, he was a good paddling friend of mine back in the day and stuff. And I wasn't there for that adventure, but there was a group of them out and they had whales just coming up to the kayaks.
Swami. Swami's a musician.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know that he plays the skin flute? I'm a BS and I gotta type this in.
That mixture of the different barrels is interesting. I mean, it's not black earth, but you can see, but still
related, yeah.
But all that different play of different barrels and everything, like there's a lot going on. I wish I could decipher a part of it.
Oh, I'm glad you got that again. That's a reminder. And mine will be different at home because it's been open for at least 2 months or more.
And it's not the same bottle.
No, I have a 10-year-old as well. I'm sure I have it.
Oh, okay.
I know I showed you that one.
Yeah. Okay, but you may not have it on there. Fair
enough. I have a PC7 4, a PC7. Mm-hmm. I mean, not a 4. I have that poor Charlotte. Yeah, right here. And the bottle's half empty.
Here you go.
It's exactly the same bottle.
Nice.
Yep. So, what's your favorite cigar? What are they doing, Daniel? You used to circumcise elephants. The pay was terrible, but the tips were big. Oh, Loch Ness. You guys are bad, man. You know what? You're not an old fart there, buddy.
You heard the one about the guy who made the wallet out of used foreskins, clipped foreskins? You'd rub it a little bit, then turn it into a briefcase.
Was he from Montreal? I have no more comments because, Swami, I'm tired of tasting blood, biting my tongue all the time. I can't handle this anymore, man. Go to sleep, Eric. Wait. I gotta hold back here. Hey, Andy, how are you? Andy, Foodquig, how you doing, buddy? Foodquig lives on the island.
Okay.
And he has had some phenomenal stuff from Victoria, Caledonia.
Nice. Good.
He has the same bottle I have of Victoria, Caledonia, but his is the cask strength version. I think he is.
I gotta go see Andrew and Laura, his
wife,
fiance. I don't think they're actually married yet.
Okay.
His fiance, and their little girl live on the island, and I need to go see them. And I need to do a distillery tour, and I need to drink whiskey.
Well, let me know when you're doing it. You end up in Edmonton to visit your brother, and we'll drive out there or something.
Bound out, yeah.
It's not. Where do I have VW?
Of course, I just did a fishing trip there, and I spent February and a little bit of March working in Burnaby, and I didn't make it to the island. Or I did make it to see him. I was on the island, and I didn't make it to see him.
Well, it's hard when you're doing those short kind of in and out kind
of
trips.
The job, if I had been working day shift, it would have been easier on the day off to try and get out there, but I was working night shift, and that kind of messes everything up. And we went to the island for the fishing trip. It was fly into Nanaimo, drive to Tofino, fish for 3 days, then drive to Nanaimo and fly back here.
Yeah. That's something else.
Good trip.
And you sent all the BC fish to Newfoundland.
Not all yet. Some of most of it's in Edmonton. And then when I go to Edmonton, I will be taking it all to Newfoundland, yes. Where it's going to be cold smoked.
You're a bastard.
By my father, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it is going to be awesome because it's BC fish.
Maybe when I come back out here, I will bring a piece back out here again. It'll be well-traveled fish, and we will have some good cold smoked salmon. We'll have it with some fine whiskey.
Oh, this is fine whiskey. All of it has been. How are you guys doing tonight? Anybody ready for bed besides Swami and Eric Waite?
Getting there.
And this young fellow beside me. Look new up if you make it to Victoria. Look up. Oh, I'm going to look you up. Yeah, man. I'm going to call a taxi. Hey, Food Quake. And they're like, he only works at night. I'm like, I want him now. Wake him up. I travel in a day. I'll be looking you up, Food Quake.
Whiskey and oysters.
So this is the other guy. He had Eric Waite, Malta to Montreal, and Food Quake.
Cool.
Okay, you got to look him up.
I will.
And watch.
Yep.
I love when Food Quake does a tasting. Or it's a tasting. He is just him and the computer, and he picks up that whiskey and everything that everyone else does, whether it be Ralphie or any of them, where they take their notes and they write them out. And then they turn the camera on and say, hey, yeah, this is so-and-so, and I'm doing a tasting or a review of Deanston's Virgin Oak, and this is, they're so polished and planned. Food Quake is, it's just he lays back and he's doing the notes literally right in front of you, man. That's what I like about him.
That's good. I like that. That's you don't have you're reacting, you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, he is just in the moment, man. He's not worried about that stuff.
See room for both points, but it's nice to see both points.
Yeah, drink some water, Loch Ness. Follow the Food Quake plan. Food Quake drinks probably a pint of water for every time he has an ounce.
Oh, yeah?
Always good.
It's good to drink the water. I don't think I'm quite that
Loch Ness is a trooper here. He's staying up with us. What is it? Is it that late already? I guess
it's 10 after 10.
10 after 10. You got moved to another plant and they don't even know what they're doing yet.
Nope. And the boss comes back tomorrow, so the old boss has to Matt Van Camp.
Oh, I don't know, Matt.
Yeah. So Frankie was replacing that Matt. Well, was covering for Matt. Matt was away.
Oh, yeah. What about Loch Ness or Lacusta? Was he on the other side?
I don't know where he is.
Every day I went in, I had a different guy that was my lead on this job. It was hilarious. Yep, my wife just handed me a mug of coffee. Awesome, man. She's a good wife.
You're going to try something interesting.
Okay.
Going to go back to the beginning. After all that we've had, I'm going to go back to the Deanston Virgin Oak and see now. We found it. It wasn't bad, but it was definitely very lively, kind of young.
Yeah.
Kicking a little bit.
Yeah, 46.
It's 46.3.
Yeah.
Unchill filtered, simple handcrafted, natural, nothing added but hard work and determination, and water and yeast and malted barley.
But that would go really good in your coffee, Mose. Yeah. I got a little bit of Port Charlotte still on my taste buds.
Okay. All right. So palate cleanser, a little bit of water. Lick your wall.
It says Ian always goes back to virgin. Maybe when you're in camp, you get your blue ball card back. Is that virgin? 46.345623. It might be, but they only stop at 0.3. When I first started in my trade, I worked at pulp mills.
That's very different. It's the same, but it's coming across different than the first time. They say your first time is always the best. Not necessarily.
It didn't smell better. I'm really fighting. What I'm getting here is just like water, because I think we've had, I mean, this is not bad, but the Port Charlotte's 50%. So you're having us go down a bit. A
little bit. I mean, 50 versus 46.
Food Quig, you came in a little late. We are on to the Port Charlotte 10-year-old, second edition.
Yep. We started off with the Deanston.
50% ABV.
We started off with the Deanston. Then we polished off a couple of minis of
the 15-year-old Tomatin. We already finished in a previous live. We did the 12. So we've done a 15 and 18-year-old
and
Tomatin and a 25-year-old 1988 Wine and Beyond exclusive. Come on, camera. I don't have my proper light here.
And we did those three head to head to head.
Yeah, we did all three of them together in our special camp Glencairn, Canadian Glencairn glasses. Everything you saw here. One of my faves is OC's, which must be the Port Charlotte. You mean PC's?
OC, PC.
Port Charlotte, yeah. Food Quig has got several new reviews out. And actually, Malton and Montreal just did Port Charlotte.
You just said that. I got to look that one up.
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah, I did. I can't figure out what the heck's going on. Just trying to not spill my drink. Santa.
That's fair.
I have the same problem. Doing all right tonight. You know what I forgot to bring up from the freaking camp? Because it was my last night. I usually stop by the salad bar and the fruit side and bring up pineapple and strawberries. And that's my first thing I have in the morning. It's awesome. You wake up and you got a little piece of pineapple and you put that in your mouth and man, all of a sudden, everything's fresh and wow, it's great.
Man. I just brush my teeth.
Yeah, I do that right after. It's awesome. It makes the toothpaste. Actually, here's something to learn. You know how many people I brush my teeth and then I drink some orange juice and it tastes bad. It's bitter. Your orange juice. I'm like, yeah, that's because your sugar, your freaking toothpaste is full of sugar. I don't buy that stuff. My stuff has no sugar in it. And
just use the Arm & Hammer.
Well, it's along that line. Yeah. I ordered it online.
Baking soda. You brush your teeth with sand.
Yes, the PC is 50% ABV.
It is.
It's good stuff. Yep. And amazingly enough, they're clear. My old bottles, the old bottles have a silt on the bottom of them.
Okay. And so, yeah, the Port Charlotte was, did say here somewhere. I know it did. Don't make a liar of me. Aha. First fill bourbon, sherry, Tempranillo. You can criticize my pronunciation later, and French wine casks. And it doesn't say heavily peated, but definitely peated. Not heavily so.
I think you might be right, Mose, that they do get their power from a wheel from here.
Oh,
yeah. It doesn't probably say that on there, but Mose just put that in there. Isn't that the distillery that gets their power from a, whatever they call that?
Water wheel?
Water wheel. Everything was handmade by a dedicated team of craftsmen. Their knowledge has been passed down from generation to generation. It felt like the ethos was exactly the same as ours, and there is no doubt these crafts have done our malt whiskey proud. Ian McMillan, Master Distiller, I doubt you actually wrote this, but you signed your name at the bottom of it.
All right, here's a question I would like to know.
And in true Deanston style, we've left out the chill filtration, a process that polishes the liquid, but usually at the expense of aromas and flavors.
I know, or I think that Brookwater is still independently owned. Well, it's a group, or someone by the bottom out of stuff, but I don't think they own a pile of distilleries like before. Who owns Deanston and who owns Tomatin?
Tomatin is owned by a Japanese company.
Okay.
I don't know who owns it.
It's not a Beam Suntory.
No, different one.
I didn't think it was with their line.
Because Suntory,
yeah,
when they bought Beam, changed their name to Beam Suntory.
Yeah.
Because Beam being more recognizable name.
Sure. But they own Lefroy, Bowmore, Oakentoshan.
Oakentoshan. And Thomas just answered your question. Tempranillo is a Spanish wine.
Ooh, okay. So that's why Tempranillo and French wine casks.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to exclude the Spanish when I said Italian, but that's
we all came from the same spot once upon a time. Slow night at Wiper, feeling good as it's the last night of my week.
So Deanston.
Nice food quick.
Burns Stewart Distillers Limited. So I wonder what else they own.
I have to look it up, man. I don't know. Find things and check your. I did. Okay. I will, buddy. In a heartbeat here. Jay Fretless. Where have you been?
Excuse me. My apologies for Leon. You're not a boring crowd.
No, not at all.
Not boring.
It's you know what? We probably wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
My alarm set for 5:15.
Oh, buddy, you're awesome. I'm checking my messages from my buddy. There we go. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
How many of them do you have? You bastard. Well, no. These ones, I know these bottles. Those are, that's Compass Box.
He's showing us a picture of a can of the PC-10.
Oh, you sneaky biatch.
Show the picture.
I'm trying. Am I allowed to show this picture? He might not want people to know. That's too late. I can't. There.
Oh, there. Almost.
I don't know where that's from. What do I not know about that?
So there's at least 2 more cans, possibly 5 more cans in that box.
Oh. You got to hold it or it'll disappear. You got to keep your finger on the screen.
Yeah.
Sure, I already did. Jay Fretless has amazing bottles. Every one of you has amazing bottles. Just hit that again.
Okay.
Oh, shit. What's that?
That's fine. There we go.
There we go. What we do here is this. Oh, there.
There you go. Ah, nice.
And then we go done.
No, hold on. Just relax. We'll get there.
When you hit done, tell it to save it.
No, I need to go back.
Matt.
No, stop that. Done.
Donner Press.
Save
How you doing?
All right.
Were you on Telex's show? I wanted to type something into Telex while he was on the 4 dummies, but I didn't want them to read it, guys, and they can watch this video later. But I'm not trying to step on his toes, but it was my last night here before I go home for a few days and come back up, and that Ian was going to be here, and we thought maybe Alex Kid Scotch would show up, but he was too tired. So if you were there, man, that's cool. I like Telex. He's awesome. But I needed to do this, and sometimes times conflict.
If I ever get a chance, I need to completely rewrite the lyrics to the song. I just got Kid Rock going through my head now.
Good Scotch. Hey, actually, that would be awesome. You know who does a good job on that? They're also from the Vancouver Island. Is Trinity and C. They're on YouTube.
Yeah,
Trinity and C, and they make up songs.
Yeah,
like off.
So I need to make up lyrics to that for Kid Scotch. Yeah, absolutely.
You play any instruments?
I do not. I can play a CD. I can play an MP3. Sometimes I might even be able to play vinyl, but that's about it.
My bottles are cheap. Cheap? Nah, they're not cheap, man. Do you like them, Chris? Don't even worry about the price. You see so many of us showing off expensive bottles and all this stuff.
They're nice treats. Sometimes you can, but it doesn't. Money does not necessarily make good whiskey.
Don't listen to any of that.
So
those are the Flaming Heart special editions. Have a sponsor. Oh, the ones that you couldn't see, the ones at the top.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean Flaming Heart special editions?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Because I'm pretty sure I have those bottles at home. Hey, he says, perhaps I can put something together for you. Matt is not a newfie. He's from the Maritimes. Matter of fact, he was on Instagram Live there for a bit, but lost signal, or I lost signal. Oh, no. It was Know Your Whiskey lost signal because he has internet upstairs and he has a different internet downstairs and he lost connection moving around. I don't know. No, you're not complaining, Chris. You're awesome.
To get back to the whiskey briefly.
Yes, they're very peaty, Richie.
What are your thoughts going back to the Deanston?
I'm going to get into that. Now that I left them know, I can get that nose. It's, is it a sulfury? I'm not getting the same smell I got at the first. I'm not getting the virgin oak the same way. Let's see what it sounds like. It's very quiet. It's very calm. I don't hear too much complaining.
I have whiskey in my ear.
You're tilting the wrong way. I don't know why nobody knows that we smell. Somebody put a meme out, guys smelling wine. I'm like, oh, I get raspberry notes, and I get this, and I get the plum of a freshly picked pear, and then there's a dude standing behind him. He's like, I'm getting pissed.
Yes, I am.
Oh, shit. I wish Eric Waite was here for that.
No.
Oh, I'm getting pissed. Bloop. I'm sipping on Springbank 15. Pound for pound, that stuff is unreal for available whiskey.
Nice.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And Chris Britton.
A little bit jealous now.
That's the word to remember, pound for pound. Virgin Oak, Donner Press.
I've got a lot of those.
You got a lot of what?
Pounds per pound.
So do I. Hold on a second. I'm sitting on a roll. No. I stole that joke from a very, very fat boss I've got. I'm not fat. I'm full of shit. That's what I tell everybody. Richie, is that? 18. Well, I wouldn't go anywhere. That 18-year-old freaking Tomatin is awesome. Under $100. Glendronach peated is wonderful. Yes, actually, to go back to that question that now I'm trying to follow up. But I have the Glendronach peated. Am I right by saying it's an 8-year-old? It's good.
Have you ever had Benromac peated? Oh, no. What am I thinking? Is it Benromac? There was an inland distillery that had a peated whiskey, and I remember smelling it, and it had a nice campfire smoke smell to it, and I'm pretty sure it was a Benromac. You
can never come to my house, you know that, right?
Why?
Because I probably would want to open up bottles like, oh, really? Have you not tried this from Utah?
5 days later, 2 large men found dead from alcohol poisoning.
My father has a story from the Navy about that. A lot of guys would save their daily ration of rum.
You just need to eat charcoal because that's what they use to help flush you out. when you have alcohol poisoning.
Is it?
Yep. So you need to eat charcoal.
Pulls. I used to. Ben Romick are all lightly peated.
They are, but there was one. There's some. I thought it was Ben Romick, but it might have been something else. There was something that
you and I need to go on a road trip. First of all, we need to go to Moose Jaw.
Sure.
And the surrounding areas and map out what should be the Canadian whiskey trail, because that's where I would plant it.
Have you ever done the tunnel tours?
Yes, yeah. I did the Capone one.
Yeah.
But the one that is considered to be the best is the Chinese.
I know. We did both.
The Chinese one will hit you here. Yeah. Man. It'll hit you in the heart because they treat you the way the Chinese were treated.
Yeah.
Right? Like a slave. Like you need to, like the tour guide it's a different. The tour guide, the Al Capone thing, they were dinner theater wannabes.
Yeah, kind of flirty because that's kind of how it was and stuff.
They were being.
It was like an old school marm / old nun /
But yeah, I mean, it's cool because they take you outside where you buy your ticket, which is like $15. They take you outside and they walk you up to a stop sign to the crosswalk, and they cross over and come down, and they take you into basically a coffee shop. But it also is a mead place, right? It serves mead. And then they take you upstairs into the club. Yeah. Right? And there's some robotic guys back there.
A little bit of animatronics, a little bit some live actors, some.
Yeah. So I went and met, and I wish I could have videotaped her and recorded her, the lady that owns the art gallery. Now I'm going to forget her name because it's late at night and I've had that many drams.
We've had whiskey.
But Blind Bourbon, how you doing, man? Kyle, he is in the U.S. And obviously he's into bourbon. But what he does, him and his buddy, they get his wife to pick a bourbon and pour it for them. And they don't know and bring it over. Yeah. There's a couple guys that do something similar, right?
I like that idea.
Just sitting in camp, my last day in this camp, which I'm going to really be depressed about because I'm heading a few hours farther and the camps aren't as good. No calms. I'm going home first for a few days and coming back. Anyway, where was I at?
Tunnel tours.
Yeah, the lady, she bought this beautiful brick building. You got to go to Moose Jaw. You've been to Moose Jaw.
I've been to the tours.
The buildings in there as a bricklayer, they are phenomenal. They are beautiful. The liquor store, that used to be the train station. I did several Instagrams on there. I didn't do a YouTube in there, and I should have. They were cool. The employees
sure. Well, okay, we need to go back to Moose Jaw.
They go there and show you everything. That liquor store should become a distillery.
Would you ever go to work for Rebel?
Yeah.
Okay. If you ever get to the co-op, go there every spring.
I'd work for Rebel. I've never called Mary, but I will. We're talking business here now, boys. What are we talking about? Loch Ness, you going to bed? Sleep sweet, my man. Don't work too hard. Good thing you got the day off tomorrow, I hope. You trooper, get some sleep, mister. Trying to boo Richie. There are some small tables on post Instagram. Good night, Loch Ness. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Hit me up while you're at home. We'll get something set up. Are you talking to me? I'll be home for if I don't hook up with you, Kyle, while I'm down there, we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be a whirlwind.
After Scotland.
Yeah, you might have to wait until like the middle of or the end of October. I have when I hit it tomorrow, Edmonton, if I get there at the right time, it'll probably make me come to the other office.
When are you in Scotland?
9th.
Till
19th, 20th.
If I don't have a house on Sunday, maybe I'll see you in Scotland.
Serious? That would be awesome. I'm going with a tour group, through the.
I'll crash.
Yeah. What I would love to do is have the whole tour group meet Roy from Aquavite. Now, there is one of the YouTubers you need to watch.
Yep.
Aquavite, spelled the Latin way.
Yep.
Okay, water of life. All right, buddy. Thank you very much. Are you and Ian having a nightcap dram? I think we've had several.
I think we did.
I still have some
Deanston.
Deanston in my glass.
Yep. No,
yes, that is the plan. I haven't talked to them lately. The last I heard, they had 6 people going, and that's the plan anyway. Matt, you want to come? Because if I go by myself, I have to pay an extra $900
versus
4,800 plus 900 as a single person, right?
As opposed to a double.
Yeah. And Richie, you need to get a phone with a bigger battery. I'm tired of these excuses. Have a good night, buddy. Thank you very much. It's probably past your bedtime.
Someone needs a portable battery pack.
Donner Press, if I met Roy, it would be like meeting the Pope if he was Catholic. That might be it, man.
The Pope is Catholic.
He might be. Who knows? I mean, all I know is that the Catholic Church owns a car dealership or a manufacturer. What does that have to do with taking care of your spiritual needs? Zero. Right? The next war in this world will be
enjoying vehicles, enjoying stuff. Just good for the soul.
No, that has nothing to do with it. All this other stuff, whether it be enjoying an apple. We have like 5 versions of apples in North America. There are probably 20,000 different types of apples in the world, and we don't have a clue, right? How many times you don't have kids? I don't have kids. I assume you don't have kids. Open up the door at their home. Any of you guys that have parents out there, how many times do your kids open up the door and go, "There's nothing to eat," right? Because we are spoiled.
Oh yeah. I've opened up the fridge full of food and was not inspired to eat any of it.
Go to bed, Kyle. See you later, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, that's true. Even here, I mean, we've been doing nothing but complimenting this camp and the cooks and everything. And they have to they got to make like 1,000 guys happy. I think this is a pretty small camp, right? And
there's 10 wings, 30 rooms per floor, 2 floors, so 600-ish.
Okay, so it's, yeah. But you go to the other ones, they got up to 3,000 people. And trying to make them all happy is freaking impossible, man.
Yep. So. No, the stuff here is edible, but
I cannot believe that on average we've had like 10 viewers this late. I'm impressed, guys.
Cheers to you all.
Yeah, I started in the chats. I'm still one of you in my heart, and without the alcohol really influencing me much, I hear so much stuff now, and
sorry,
people do not realize that without you guys, there are nothing. We're not experts. Some of you guys know more about whiskey than we'll ever know, right? And maybe for different reasons. You might know about whiskey because you are a nerd and you want to read about the facts. When I first got into riding motorcycles, remember my name, Whiskey Throttle, is because I like motorcycles. I stole the name from a dirt bike term. When you lose control on a motorcycle and this is your throttle hand,
you pop a wheelie and then you can't let go because
you're holding on. You squeeze on tighter and tighter, and the more you're squeezing on that throttle, the more you're all over the place. So I kind of combined them together just because I needed a name to be on YouTube to watch things, and we need you guys. There's nothing without an audience. And I'm not going to say names, but there's some that are genuinely YouTubers and they genuinely like whiskey and they genuinely love you guys. And that's where we need to stay, right? All this other stuff, I don't know. I'm learning about it. My journey is more the whole experience, I guess. I mean, I like whiskey.
Beginner, expert, whatever.
Exactly.
Drink what you like, enjoy the juice, and enjoy good company.
Yeah. And you know what? Some of the best guys that have done whiskey tastings have said, I don't care how you drink your whiskey. Pour it in Coke, pour it over ice, drink it straight. I don't care as long as you buy my whiskey. Right? Kind of the same thing here. So
Drink what you like, drink it how you like.
It says, I have opened the fridge and said but went to my whiskey cabinet and filled the void. You're awesome, Matt. You're awesome. The next big YouTube streamer, order your shirts now. Oh, thanks, man. I don't know. What shirt should I make? I don't like the giant freaking logo in the middle. I don't mind it, but
you want something a little more subtle?
Yeah, kind of over here, maybe on this side.
This side?
This side,
like this side a little better?
Yeah.
Stop groping.
No, get me.
They do. This guy, I think. These are from Vancouver.
Oh, see, that's cool.
Yeah,
that if you were wearing at work and you were like, I walked up behind you while you're sitting at your desk, and I saw that would be cool. Mm-hmm. I learned this here because I used to manage restaurants. Donner press, that would be awesome, actually. Thank you very much. I have an idea. I want to make something that's usable, right? Usable. In the marketing world, somebody put out a book, and I can't remember who. It's called Guerrilla Marketing. And I managed restaurants. It was a franchise started by people I know. And you would buy advertising or put out coupons for an entire city. And I live in a small city compared to, say, Toronto, New York, obviously, and so on. Mm-hmm. But why market? If you live on the north side, why market to people on the south side? Mm-hmm. You just market to your local people because those are the ones that are going to walk into your door like that, right? Yeah. And so it's
It'd have to be a pretty unique thing to have people travel.
Yeah, you have to have
out of their way within the city.
There is such a thing as a destination location store-wise, but most times not. Mm-hmm. McDonald's is a prime example. They used to try to make bigger stores and get more people to come to those stores trying to get more volume because that's all they're looking for. Mm-hmm. What do you notice now? I don't care if you're anywhere in North America, Canada, or the United States. They have smaller satellite stores.
Everywhere.
Just like a coffee shop. Everywhere. Okay, I got to go backwards here. Your logo, that's awesome, Donner. Thank you very much. You can make numbered whiskey bricks. I like the way you think. Find things fermented. I could. Maybe some stress-relieving foam ones that you squeeze while you're drinking that whiskey after a hard day. And Jay Fretless, make a trucker-style hat like the one you're wearing with your logo. Listen, honest to God, I never ever wore these kind of hats. I bought this 2 years ago in Brandon, Manitoba, where Whiskey Whistle lives.
Wow. You got that in Brandon. Whiskey Whistle lives in Brandon?
He does not live in, he lives in Manitoba. Or,
what?
He lives in Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. Where'd you buy that? In Brandon?
In Brandon, on a job. And I wore it because I'd forgotten a hat or whatever it was. I bought this at Walmart. And I have never had more comments, not from you guys, but anywhere. Guys are like, where'd you get that hat? I'm like, Walmart. It's like in the $8 rack, maybe 14, I don't know. And it's just a vintage hat, vintage looking hat. It's not a real one. But you know what? That might be the thing to do, man. Thank you very much, Santa Cruzan. We need to go to Santa Cruzan. Where do you think that is? Santa Cruz?
Yeah, I know where Santa Cruz is.
Oh, okay.
Is that where he is?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so, because otherwise it's
just a neat name. It could be whatever.
You know what? 40 Creek Copper Pot is awesome. You know what? It is good stuff. I don't care. You ever had 40 Creek?
I've had 40 Creek.
Yeah. The Copper Pot, a little bit.
I don't know if I've had the Copper Pot, but I've had 40 Creek.
Have you been to Wood Buffalo
Distillery? No.
Yeah. Here? No.
I have not been to any Canadian distilleries. I have only been to Scotch distilleries.
Well, Wood Buffalo was more.
Not that I wouldn't go to others, but
they're actually kind of linked a little bit with the Jasper Brewing Company. They're the guys that made the meat sweat.
Cool. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to post a little video Julia helped me make on meat sweat, or on the guys that make the meat sweat, and their little German.
I will correct that. I have been to a non-whiskey distillery. There's a small distillery in Newfoundland, and they make an aquavit and some gin and some vodkas and stuff. They do a seaweed gin.
Serious?
Yeah.
Anything else in it? Juniper?
Well, yeah, they have some of the other botanicals, but the seaweed is kind of one of the main botanicals, other botanicals.
That is awesome, man.
Newfoundland Distilling Company, Clark's Beach.
Santa Cruz at the harbor. He was driving, pardon me, guys. He was driving by today on his Instagram. All these nice boats. I want to go down. And I hope you have a boat by the time I get there, or we can get one and we'll go out and do a live video or a recorded video of Santa Cruz and I tasted something. We'll get something, buddy.
The boat we were on in Tofino was nice.
Yeah, what was it?
It was, I don't know if there was a brand per se, but it was like a 45-foot twin 600 horsepower Caterpillar diesel engines in it. She could boogie when she wanted to.
So lots of torque.
Lots of torque.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Because you need that power in the ocean.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially out in Tofino.
Yeah. It was a nice boat. It was comfortable. It had some a luxurious little cabin up front with like nice couches and sit down on and stuff. It was a good nice. Himax Tours. If you're ever looking for a place to go fishing, I endorse them 100%.
Do you? Himax?
Himax.
There's lots of good ones out there. Himax. I don't know who my brother uses because he goes there all the time. And a fellow bricklayer with me, he owned his own place. But I think he has moved back into Alberta somewhere and not done it anymore. It's probably pretty competitive, I think.
There's a lot of tours there. The why we went with Himax is because they had a larger boat. We had 7 people. Originally, it was supposed to be 6. And most of the boats could only do a max of 5. You
didn't have a pre-planned when you went there?
No, we did. Yeah, my brother did the searching ahead of time and booked it all. But when he was doing the initial searches, most of the places that he came across were 5-person capacity, and we had 6 people to go. And they said, "Oh, well, we'll just take out 2 boats." It's like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of having a group.
How do you
fishing together? Yeah. I said, well, we'll be out there on the water together fishing. It's like, no, it's not the same thing.
Not the same.
And so then we found Himax, and their boat can take like 10 or 12 people, and we had 7, so it was good.
Mo's, it'll be on my Whiskey for My Motorcycle YouTube or Instagram. Julia made it for me, actually.
So, all right.
So you got to get to bed.
I got to go to bed. It's
everybody,
11. Beautiful
He's
night.
got to get to bed.
You.
He's got a little bit of something. Cheers. We love you all.
Cheers.
Go straight to bed, folks. Thank you very much. California 45. My twin rate set. Wow, man. Sounds like motorcycle time for me. All right. Peace out.